Hi there, this is Matt with State of Flux, here with a review for The Materialists. This is Celine Song's follow-up to Past Lives, and I think were it not for Past Lives and the masterpiece that that film truly is, this film would be getting far more praise than it actually is getting. Because I think, well, it's not as profound as Past Lives. It is incredibly well written and textured and layered in ways that you would not expect. And I think part of the problem with this is that it was sold as sort of like potentially a rom-com or a heavier dramedy following a woman torn between two men. And yes, that's some of the extent, but it's really not a love triangle in a traditional sense. And so it was kind of mishandled marketing. This is a film that has a really nuanced meditation on dating in the modern day, when you have dating apps that can filter down everybody's characteristics and pair you with a potential perfect match on everything that you believe you want in another human being versus what you actually find yourself attracted to in the real world with real people that you just happen to engage with on the day-to-day. And that's where this film really has some interesting and strong things to say. It's really well written, and as I say, Celine Song she earned that Oscar for Best Original Screenplay, and I think she earns a nomination for this one too, if my heart were to do the nominating. She is a talent and a wonder to behold. I really can't wait to watch her next film. This is a film that's lingered with me long after I watched it. Even though it is kind of slow, it's unevenly paced, it is so richly, beautifully shot that it kind of is always pulling you in, and you have three dynamic actors in the film. I really, really like Dakota Johnson. Some people are kind of hitting at her a little bit because she gives a performance where she sounds just a touch bored, but I actually really, really liked her performance in this, and she's one of my favorite actresses, just full stop. Pedro Pascal is having a moment where he's in literally everything of the summer, and he and his fantastic hair are in this and take ownership of every second that they are in this. Absolutely charming. And then you have Chris Evans, who's kind of schlubbed up a bit. Usually you don't see him presented as such, but he's good, and he gets some of the biggest laughs in the film. The film is not a laugh riot by any stretch of the imagination, but he gets to exercise those comedic muscles that he hasn't really had a chance to exercise in quite some time. Man, he's a good actor, and I think people kind of take that for granted or don't, or are pretty unassuming with his abilities to perform. But he's good. You got a great cast, and this is one I hope people kind of latch on to over time, because it is good, but it just isn't as good as Past Lives. And I think therein lies your problem. It's sort of the sophomore slump that I think people will reevaluate as more time goes on. But I'm really excited to see what Celine Song has up her sleeve next. She is one of my favorite talents in the industry right now. And yeah, what did you guys think of Materialists? It's one of my favorite films of the year. I'd like to hear what you thought of the film in the commentary down below. Thanks for watching, like, subscribe, do all that good stuff. Peace.